few days ago, you wrote, quote, "Every single Muslim holding public office in America is a Trojan horse and a threat to both national security and our republic." And then today you essentially added, "If not wanting to be blown up, stabbed, or rammed by a car by a radical Islamist in the United States of America makes us Islamophobes, then so be it." Are you saying that anyone who is Muslim is a threat to this country?
That's not what I said, and that's not what I said. Number one, I think we do have a real issue with radical
It sounds
Islamic
like that's what you're saying.
No, I was talking about elected officials. When you look at what has just happened,
so any Muslim elected
months,
officials, sorry to cut you off, but just to be clear, any elected Muslim officials.
Kind of ideology.
Congresswoman, when you make a blanket statement like that, it implies that every Muslim member of Congress or leadership, folks who, by the way, are elected by American citizens.
I am deeply concerned about Michigan Democrats nominating a guy hanging out with Hassan Piker who said America deserved 9/11, who has a framed photo of the Twin Towers.
Which he's responded to and says he regrets those comments. But yes, keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, this is who he's hanging out with, this kind of person who's promoting, communist ideology. This is not something, America's not built on those values. And in the future, when our granddaughters are wearing burqas to school, we're going to look back and say,
there's no indication that that is happening on a wide basis. Folks that are getting into office.
Did you see the parade in Chicago today? Have you seen Dearborn? In Dearborn, Michigan.
An expression of culture, Congresswoman, is different than a blanket city policy.
The guy complaining about the call to prayer 5 times a day. They're trying to push these people out and our values out, and that's wrong. And I think this is a conversation that we have to have. What are our values and what do they look like? I don't want to hear the call to prayer 5 times a day in an American city. I think
if you don't want to hear it, that's okay. The First Amendment protects from freedom of religion. If you don't want to hear it, fine. I grew up in a Christian household. I grew up in the South. Islam is not my religion, but I have Muslim friends who, if that is how they worship, even if I don't want to hear it, that is their right to hear. All right, Congressman. I appreciate you taking the time and explaining your tweet as best you could there. But the First Amendment is pretty clear on freedom of religion. Article 6 also, no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office.
American culture. We have Christian foundations as a nation, and this does not.
That's your opinion. The First Amendment disagrees that it needs to stay that. If someone wants to express their religion, it's right there as number 1 in terms of the Constitution.
Then go back to that country is all I have to say. Go back to that country of origin. It doesn't need to be here.
Congresswoman, America has a long history of expressing cultures from various countries. You know that. We have seen that play out in generations of immigration. But I got to leave the conversation there. Congressman, thank you for being here.
I think we should ban all immigrants from those countries. Thank you.
And that is your opinion, Congresswoman.